So we're trying to figure out how to insert artificial intelligence in today's tool for radio station. One of the first usage that came to mind was to try to help a program director or in general a supervisor at a radio station that has to deal with many voice tracks, many channels. How do you get through all those voice tracks coming in from different DJs at different time of the day, and do you really have to sit and listen to every one of them to make sure that it's properly done? Artificial intelligence can help us get where we need to be in terms of efficiency. So basically, DJ records a voice track, AI transcripts that voice track, and the PD gets an email or goes to our dashboard where you can see all the voice tracks that have been recorded and a transcript of that voice track. Now, at a glance, you can look at 10 voice tracks, and it takes about 2 minutes, if that, to read every one of them and say, it sounds reasonable, there's nothing there that's fishy. If one looks weird, you can go and listen to it and just say, let's redo that one. I mean, it doesn't sound good because what he says is against this rule, that policy, this image of the station that we want to generate. So it really is a great feature for the DJ themselves also, because they know that it's going to be looked at by their supervisor, keep them on their toes, and the PD, if he's the guy responsible for that, really can do a great job of knowing what's going on in the air. Content control.
Makes sense that this next generation should add that value inside the radio station. But what comes next? I mean, once we start with artificial intelligence and start with that, what more could you do with text-based, immediately generated content?
The possibilities are limitless. Of course, we're working on indexing the content of a radio station, A to Z, so you can retrieve any amount of audio content based on text search. So you can set some keywords. You can say, I don't want to read any voice track. I don't want to go there. I don't want to micromanage everybody. I just want to say, if one of those words is in there, just alert me so I can look at what's going on. So this is only the beginning, and I think a few years from today there will be a point where we're not going to be talking about speech to text, but we're going to be talking about text to speech, where basically you're going to be able to write a voice track and pick the voice that you want to use for that voice track, and this is going to be either fantastic lady on the air, or a smart guy, or a funny man, and it's going to be a completely different type of artificial intelligence producing some supposedly interesting content, right? We hope so.
And is it possible, do you think, to use the metadata, the words, for other things like social media, when you're pushing out a voice track or something you've edited onto your social media feeds? Can you use the metadata to make the content easily searchable?
Yes, there's not only the search of the content after the fact, but if you go in real-time transcription, you obviously can post some content while, if you're on a talk station, while the show is going on. So, if you're talking about some political figure in your country, the system can detect that and will pull pictures if you clear the rights to those pictures, and post them on whatever social media you want to do. So it can really be a good production tool. Of course, retrieving the data, doing clips, especially when you're in the news, if you want to find out when is the last time we spoke about this topic on the air and what this guy say, and you can retrieve that content instantly without any problem. So it's really, really big productivity tool again. And that's what radio needs today. Radio needs to produce more content to keep up with all the options that music or radio or audio listener has today in the world. And radio typically has been the best at producing curated content. So we need to do more of it, and for that we need to improve the productivity. Here comes artificial intelligence to help us do that.